Lawyers, like everyone else, have had to make changes due to COVID-19. But will COVID-19 change the way lawyers work in the future, do you think?
What we've seen happening, during the pandemic is actually lawyers not having to commute anymore, working from home, not having to spend those extra bits of time getting in and out of the city. And it's changed a lot about the way we work. But really, behind the scenes, I think the truth is that the COVID pandemic has given the way that we work as lawyers a bit of a push, because there's been all kinds of things behind the scenes, like I say, that have been changing the way that lawyers work for years.
With that future direction in mind, do you think that people who study from non-law degrees will find themselves at a disadvantage once legal education starts changing to adapt to a new technology-focused world, particularly given the already busy timetables for GDL and MA law students?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think the answer is definitely not. Because, whatever we do as lawyers, our job at the very, very base of it is to explain extraordinarily complicated things in a simple way so that people understand them. That's what solicitors, barristers do. So that's the very nature of legal advice in many ways. So, for non-law students who come and do a law conversion, the most important thing you're ever going to learn as a lawyer is how the law works.
Given both the inequities in the criminal justice system and the tendency for AI to reproduce and entrench existing inequities, do you think the progress in legal tech should prioritise solving those before simply advancing at a breakneck speed to modernise the profession?
The truth is, lawyers come in all shapes and sizes, like doctors. Some lawyers work on big commercial cases, some are very good at drafting contracts, some write wills and work with people in private client. Others work in the criminal justice system, and the truth is that the criminal justice system and AI, I think, are two things that for the moment really, really can't go together, because it needs that personal touch. There's lots of criticism of AI. I think some people have looked at studies, for example, of reoffending using AI. And the truth is that AI is not there yet. You can't use it to predict human behavior. And these areas of law where we are very sort of one-on-one, family law, criminal law, they need an understanding of human behavior in order to work with them.
How do shifts in technology affect teaching at the University of Law?
I think the first thing to say is that, like I said, the foundations of a solid knowledge of black letter law are absolutely vital. And the truth is that ULaw provides an absolutely first-class education in law, which is the starting point. The addition of technology is an interesting one. I think tech is a very, very important part of the future of legal services. And as such, one of the ways that we've responded to that is by offering a MSc in legal technology. So once you've completed your undergraduate, you can, if you have an interest in that, you can come and study the MSc in legal tech at the University of Law. But as we've discussed, I think we've all seen that there is more to it. If you don't want to become a legal tech specialist, if you want to become a lawyer, there's more skills that you need to learn. And so one of the things that we've done is to actually add some new modules on the LLB, an introduction to legal innovation and technology and 21st century legal practice. And both of those modules actually include stuff aside from the tech. So there's plenty on the tech, there's plenty on AI and on automation, but moreover, it looks at some of the skills that actually we think that lawyers are going to need in the 21st century. Things like marketing, sales. It's fascinating. We did a workshop last year on sales where a local company came in and did a sales training workshop. And the first thing he asked was for everybody to put their hand up if they thought that sales would be a part of their job as a lawyer. And no one put their hand up whatsoever. It's things like this, adding in sales, adding in marketing, new ways to provide legal services, understanding businesses, because understanding business for future commercial lawyers is absolutely vital.